Good, clean, fair start. Here we go. Up and running in the 2022 San Juan, Puerto Rico for the ISA World SUP and Paddleboard Championships. This is the women's technical final.
You can already see a little bit of traffic right here on the inside for these paddlers towards the back. They actually almost collided right at the start of it as we had that drone angle.
Yeah, one of the ladies in the back, that could be Jen Comeback. You see Candice Appleby far down on the right, but the field in the left. That's April Zig, the gold medal winner, out in the lead on the 404. You can also see from France, Melanie, number 51, in that lead pack.
So getting all the work done early on. It's going to be a tight race to that first buoy. Everyone's right there in contention. Got a couple of paddlers that are out in front a little bit more, but it's really going to come down to that clean transition. And we've got a little set rolling through here. I'm curious to see if it's actually going to break before they get out to it, and they might have some whitewater to handle.
Looks like Duna's got a good run. She's been rebranded from number 30 to 112 because she left her. Yeah, there she is in second place. Trying to make out, you see the camelback on the back of that one number to the left, so we're going to try to make out that number. See Candice Appleby way on the right, staying away from the traffic.
Yeah, just trying to keep her own distance. And you could see that set rolled through, but it didn't actually hit shallow enough water to break, which means that there is that little push going against the women right now, but they didn't have to deal with that whitewater on their way out, which is great.
There's Candice. Doesn't mean she's in the back of the pack because more of the camera's towards the left side. She's just very wide right there. As the ladies make their way out, just in the first 2 minutes of this heat. 2-minute mark coming up right now.
And mentioning Candice, she's the 37-year-old for Team USA. She's already gotten a silver at the Pan American Games back in 2019. She'll be looking for that requalification over her teammate in April Zilg, who put together an incredible performance the other day and won her very first gold medal in the sprints.
Well, April is taking the lead right now on that 404 board out in front. She is the gold medal winner from 2 days ago at the sprints. And both Americans, Connor Baxter and April Zilg, putting on the show as Candice, second to the line, but she has to give way to all the traffic on the inside. She's going to go wide. And just like in the men's race, we saw the hang-up on this first buoy turn.
Oh, there's just so much traffic right now. You can see the women that are stuck literally on the buoy right now, all boards hitting each other. Nothing that I think would warrant interferences, but just rail to rail bumping off. Thankfully, everyone's able to stay on their feet and now start to look for that opportunity to get that breakaway. Trying to find some kind of bump, maybe a set wave that rolls through to give anyone in those positions the opportunity to get a breakaway and get some distance. We've got April Zilg still sitting in the lead, and that's not a surprise to me given that she took out the gold medal in the sprints. As a sprinter, you would expect her to be fast off that line and first to the next buoy. But now my question on April will be, does she have the strength and the endurance to go the distance that she needs to now as a gold medal sprinter?
April's specialty is distance. So
There we
the
go.
answer to that is very yes. Here we go, the first wave of the contest. 1, 2, 3 ladies are on it right now. In the running, our Spaniard, number 34, Esperanza. And April will make the first turn. Esperanza in second. And Candice Appleby in third. So 2 Americans and the Spaniard, 1, 2, and 3. Coming up is our rest of our field making their turn here.
And this is where we'll start to see maybe a little bit more separation as well. You've still got a very tight pack with one more paddler coming up. She'll be just trailing behind to finish out the rest of our racers.
There's Jennifer Combat making her turn. You can see our Brazilian now making her turn.
And you're really starting to see it spread out now. We may see the women form into that line or that train to be able to start trailing behind each other just to get themselves through this little bit of bumpy water. You can see that wind that's really coming into play. Not really proper white caps, too many, but just a little bit. But that's a lot of surface texture on the ocean today in comparison to what they were paddling through yesterday afternoon for the semifinals.
All right, our lead field. April Zilg in first, Esperanza in second, Candice in third. See some bumps coming in through the inside, through the surf zone. The ladies heading out to the far left west buoy. Candice on the right. Looks like Candice has now taken the lead. April has pulled back into third place. So letting Candice be the rabbit of this race, take the lead. And that's where Candice likes to be. She likes to be the leader. She likes to be in control. And she's headed up her new coaching academy called the Ocean Academy back in San Clemente. And she draws the first turn on the West Buoy at about 5:15 on the time. Esperanza in second. We can see April in third. Now, Candice, just like Connor Baxter, going to that left-hand side, trying to be on the buoy side.
Yeah, that's a great call. And even that wide turn that she took coming into this outside buoy, I was thinking maybe that was a little bit of a mistake because she wouldn't have that inside section, but she was able to just get a little bit more distance, get that length in her strokes that allowed her that edge ahead to be able to make it around the buoy first.
One of our ladies, looks like in the Mistral, that is from France, Melanie, falling down.
And that'll really hurt her momentum right now. She'll have to get back on the board, grab that paddle up to her feet, and start to find a little bit of momentum again as Candice is really starting to find that rhythm. April Zillig there just behind her. So Team USA sitting within that top 3 pack. And it looks like number 34, Esperanza Barreras from Spain, is sitting in that second place position, just trailing right behind Candice Appleby right now.
I'm trying to make out the numbers here for 4 and 5. Just can't zoom in with our camera, but stand by. We'll probably get it here as they make the hammer turn on the surf zone. All right, here comes a bump. First on, it could be April Zig here in third place. Can April get this? No. Can Esperanza get it? No, this one is just a little too small, but Candice Appleby will. She pulls a shrimpy here on lap 1 coming into the hammer buoy.
Incredible. She was in the right position. She was on the shallow spot in the reef. She's now looking off to see where that buoy is at and how to angle herself around it. And she sticks in that green water as well. Now, this is that tricky section where we've seen multiple paddlers go down because that wave begins to break. It clips that inside rail, and she executes it perfectly. Absolutely flawless as we've got a good-looking set rolling through the back.
Oh, my God. This could bring 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's 4, 5 coming in, and April goes down. And
Holds
here we
up.
go. Esperanza comes around in second. We can see number 51, April, still on her board. That's Melody.
So April down on her stomach, rides through that wave. Just make sure to hold onto her board as well. And then we saw another rider just to the left of her go down.
Marie Carmen in the SIC board on the white. She's come around. She's the local Puerto Rican.
And remember, there is the battle for that Pan American qualification. We'll have the top 4 Americans
Here we
who
go.
will be qualifying for
Yeah.
the Pan American Games.
Lena Ribeiro just now making her negotiation around the inside hammer buoy. So this is the middle of the pack right here. As we're watching, leading this group, that is Maria Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico. And look at the lead now, Candice Appleby. But right behind her is the Spaniard, Esperanza. This is that second group behind them, with Marie Carmen Rivera leading the pack. Here we go, coming up on 9 minutes. Good timing, error-free from Candice Appleby. Look at the lead she has now here. A good 30-meter lead.
Yeah, she is just sailing away. She's going to hit that first buoy in much faster time than she's been able to in her previous heats from yesterday. She's just at the 9-minute mark right now.
Well, this is the time the guys were doing yesterday. She's just into par for their performance. Right there, look at that. Low 9s. Flawless run, lap 1. And I love the strategy Candice had on the opening. She went wide right. She let the crowd go to the buoy. She went wide, and then she broke away and made her maneuver after Fiji Rock Island. Here's that second group led by our Puerto Rican. They're coming around. Marie Carmen leading that group. Esperanza now coming around on her starboard in second place. Chasing down Candice Appleby. Here comes third. And I believe that's our Italian Cecilia, the 16-year-old. She's currently in third. Marie Carmen now in 4th place, trying to make out some of the numbers. The ladies are hiding their numbers behind their camelbacks, and they're tucked in. So we apologize for not identifying everybody. Here we go, 10 minutes into this race. We are into lap number 2.
And here we can see our back 3 paddlers. 2 of them are approaching that buoy. Our last paddler was so high up on that line, she's going to have to readjust actually to come down to make it around the buoy.
Yeah, there's Melanie off screen. There's April Zild. Here we go. A couple of more paddlers coming in. Jenny Combach now making her run. Good strokes here from all of our women technical finalists here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Welcome to the ISA Worlds. It's the 2022 ISA World SUP and Paddleboard Championships, day number 3 action. We just had the men's final. Shuri Araki from Japan winning the gold medal. Who will win the women's gold medal in the technical race? Who will qualify for the Pan American Games this time next year in Santiago, Chile? We will know at the end of this race. And here's our leader. She competed at the Pan Am Games in 2019 in Lima, Peru. This is Candice Appleby, the 37-year-old legend of our sport, a 9-time BOP winner, Battle of the Paddle, a multi-medalist in the ISAs in distance and technical. And here she is going for her 3rd gold medal in the women's technical SUP surf race.
Incredible to know that they'll be able to have that opportunity to compete at the Pan American Games. We do have the 2019 Pan American gold medalist in the water right now, Helena Ribeiro from Brazil. She's 41 years old. She's number 10, and she's got some work to do to put herself into that gold medal position today. But she's looking for that opportunity to re-qualify and to get herself into a position to take home another medal for the Pan Americas as they're approaching this first buoy.
There's Marie Carmen from Puerto Rico on that turn. On that SIC board, she has a white nose. You see another SIC board, Samoa Island Composite board out of Maui with a red nose. And there's our 2nd and 3rd. Can she catch this wave? No. There's Candice Appleby on the inside. She'll be making the surf turn now, using that blade to guide her to a right-hand turn. Good job, Coach. I'm sure the Ocean Academy is watching right now and very proud of her.
Yeah, what a great person to be running an academy like that, to be pouring into the next generation, and to just be getting more people in the water, enjoying beautiful Southern California.
Here we go. Esperanza now making her turn in 2nd place.
And yesterday, Esperanza raced through with the fastest time on the women's side, coming through as the only woman to compete faster than the 30-minute mark. She finished out her race at 29 minutes and 28 seconds to take that first place finish.
Here we go,
advancing
Cecilia.
into the finals.
Cecilia now making her turn on the inside. And here we go. Marie Carmen in the copper position at number 4.
Incredible for Team Puerto Rico to have one of their locals in a position that could be walking home with a medal. She's got some work to do to keep herself in that position, as she has another competitor just tight on her back. And Marie Carmen manages to hang on to that leading position as we've got the other women coming in from behind. Quick paddles now, and we might have a little bit of a tricky situation in our last 2 in the pack. And it's our paddler on the green board who just sneaks through on that inside position.
That's Linda Ribeiro.
So she's our 2019 Pan American gold medalist. And
here we go. Marie Carmen just going over this big bump. Powering through. She's currently in 4th place. So local knowledge helping her out here in the women's technical final. There's Melody. Oh, look at this wave coming through. That's now in the surf zone. Where is Candice now? She must turn on the west buoy by now. Another wave on the inside turn buoy. Boom, and she goes down.
Yeah, pretty much could see that one coming. That was a solid size wave. It was going to be really difficult in the position she was in, kind of getting hit late by that wave to be able to come through.
All right, there's Candice Appleby. She's already made her turn. Esperanza making her turn right now. Cecilia coming up here from Italy, the young 16-year-old. We had 16-year-old men win the gold medal. Can we have a 16-year-old win the women's gold medal? Right now, she's in the bronze spot.
We could, but I'm going to say it's going to be hard to beat Candice Appleby right now. Unless Candice makes some kind of mistake, has an error, if she has a fall and someone else behind her catches a really long wave to actually make up the distance. But at the moment, Candice executing a flawless race for the 37-year-old, looking for her next gold medal. She's already got 2 SUP Tech gold medals from 2015 and 2018. She's got 2 distance racing gold medals from 2015 and 2016. And she has a silver medal from the 2019 Pan American Games. So just absolutely killing it with the results she's had so far.
Yeah, that's just her ISA history. She's a legend in the stand-up sport, winning 9 times at Dana Point, at Doheny Beach, at the Battle of the Paddle, a 3-time Pacific Paddle Game champion. She is just a massive. And look at this right here, a bump coming in. Can it be picked up? And look at her. Her cadence has increased. She wants yet another wave. Candice will be on this wave for lap number 2, just like lap number 1. She has an error-free run going for gold here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, as of this date. Here comes the very important turn. She'll stay with the whitewater. Good, clean shoulder. Look at her cramp down really low on the knees, and she's pulled this off. Got some extra distance there. And look at her. There's a smile from Candice right now. She knows she's got a good lead. She knows she executed that wave perfectly.
That was incredible. And just the joy on her face, the feeling of catching a wave like that, just such a good feeling on any kind of board and any kind of craft. But to be able to do that in this SUP technical race when she's already sitting in the lead, but to gain more significant ground on the rest of the field is absolutely incredible. As we see our riders in 2nd and 3rd place approaching. Now, the paddler in 3rd place approaching is
Cecilia.
Is actually Melanie.
Is it Melanie?
It's number 51.
Okay.
It's Melanie. So she's sitting in that 2nd place, that 3rd place position now.
Thank you for correcting us. So Esperanza in 2nd place. We can see Marie Carmen. She's still in 4th.
And Jen from Costa Rica coming through in that 4th place position.
Melanie goes down. Excuse me.
So Melanie's up in front in that 3rd place position at the moment. And we've got one paddler down holding onto her board. April Zill taking the inside position.
Yeah, that's Marie Carmen. As we see April on the turn. Oh, she had a good flawless run there using her blade, her quick blade right there to guide her off this wave. But then she hangs on, so she doesn't actually hit the water. She just fell on the back of her board. Lena Ribeiro right next to her from Brazil. Here we go, our leader. 18 minutes into this race, Candice Appleby in full command of the women's technical final. How far? We are spanning to find Esperanza. There she is in 2nd place.
Melanie behind in 3rd place for Team France.
Here we go, Jen Conback. Is that Jen Conback in 4th? On the
Yes.
SIC board? Okay.
From Costa Rica, returned from retirement, 6 years in retirement, and now she is back looking to take home a medal.
Great to see Jen back in competition, one of the originals, the old school, over the Battle of the Paddle at Doheny Beach. Here we go, nice little train running here, and here we go, lap number 3. And she pulled off her first lap in about 9:15, and pretty much the same time here. Look at the lead. She just quickly glances to her left to see where Esperanza is.
Yeah, nearly identical lap times between that first lap and that second lap.
Remember, Candice caught 2 waves, lap 1 and lap 2, to give her this distance. But she earned it. She put herself out in front to catch those rides. Esperanza now coming up on the buoy turn on the starboard. Then we'll see Melanie from France. This is that next group out. There's Lena Ribeiro in the middle. That's Carmen, Marie Carmen on the back tail. There's Melanie Lafayette from France. 1, 2, and 3. Here comes 4th place. Jen Conback from Costa Rica. Beautiful conditions today.
Oh, just absolutely stunning. And to be able to see that swell continue, it's going to make for a great week here at the ISA World SUP and Paddleboard Championships, as we have SUP surfing that will be kicking off tomorrow. And that will be a really fun few days.
So there's your medalist right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 if the race were to end right now, but it's not. We're far from over. This third and final lap could hold some excitement, especially if there's surf involved. April and 5th. The gold medal winner in the sprints 2 days ago. Here we go, this pack coming through. We see Lina Ribeiro in the middle. Marie Carmen from Puerto Rico on the end. I can't make out who's leading this pack right there. That is 112. That's Duna from Spain. So our second Spaniard, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in the top 8.
Incredible. Duna Gordillo from Spain, 19 years old. She took out the Junior SUP Technical Race silver medal back in 2019, the last time that the ISA was able to hold the World SUP and Paddleboard Championships.
There, we just saw Cecilia. I was getting Cecilia and Melanie mixed up. Cecilia now making her turn, starting her third lap. Here we go, our leader, Candice Appleby. Grinding, paddling, powering through the field right here in the women's technical final. Looking for another berth in the Pan American Games next year in 2023 in Santiago.
Candice now on the stretch down to that inside right turn, the only buoy with a right turn. Ocean's looking a little bit flat for her at the moment. She has a little check behind just to see, will there be any bumps? Will there be any waves rolling through that will give her an extra shot to even just take a break for a moment, because you get to catch a wave. You get to just release that pressure off your legs for a millisecond before having to hang on tight to make sure to execute that ride well.
Candice has won a gold medal in the ISAs every odd time she's entered. Her
Incredible.
first time in Mexico. Her second time, she had a third in Fiji. Her third time in China, she won. Her fourth time in El Salvador, she was ninth 3 years ago, and now she's in the lead. So every odd time she comes to the ISA Worlds, she's a gold medalist in this specific race of the women's technical.
Incredible amount of consistency from her to be able to hold down those kind of results against such an incredible pack of women that she is competing against, to know how fast they're racing, to know the work they're putting in behind, the strength that they have and the endurance. For her to have medaled multiple times, taken home gold medals and wins is just unbelievable.
And she wants to be a world champion yet again. Here we go. A couple of SIC boards coming through here in the pack going towards that surf buoy. We are in lap number 3, the final lap for the women's technical final. Here we go. Esperanza from Spain in second place, making her final inside turn, right-hand turn. She's in the silver medal position. There, Candice Appleby heading out to the far west buoy.
Melanie Lafayette in third place position right now. Getting herself around the buoy. Gets stuck there for just a second, but manages not to fall over that left-hand rail.
Yeah, her legs are getting weak. When you stand up paddle and you race as hard as these athletes are doing, it's not the arms or the shoulders or the core that gives out. It's always those calves and those thighs, because that's what's holding up the upper body. Here we go. Surf out the back. No, this is on the inside. This is on the inside right-hand turn buoy.
That was such a good wave from our paddler that's just making it around the buoy. I'm not sure of who that is from identification, but that was an incredibly long stretch that we could see from the drone angle. So she's making up a lot of distance.
Yeah, that's their top 5 right now. Here we go. Some of our younger competitors competing here in our women's technical final.
Just making their way around this buoy, looking to make up some time for Duna, for Lena.
There's Marie Carmen from Puerto Rico on the SIC board.
The local who knows these waters better than anyone.
She was up in 4th place, and now she's finding herself, about 4 or 5 positions back, but she's still looking good in this final.
She was doing so good, and then she had that fall earlier on the last buoy approach for that surf zone.
Yeah, that was in lap number 2, and here we go, lap number 3. There's our leader, Candice Appleby, on their signature design Infinity competition board. And Esperanza has made up some time here. She is looking to catch up to Candice. If she can get a wave and Candice doesn't, we could have a battle for the gold medal.
Yeah, it's great to see her gaining a little bit of distance there as we see the Costa Ricans feeling it, so excited.
But look at Candice. She's putting down the power. Look at Esperanza. She knows gold is in sight, is just ahead of her. Can I catch Candice Appleby? There is some distance, but one wave could make or break. And right now, we're not seeing any swells coming into the surf zone. There's a wave breaking currently right now, but the ladies are behind this swell.
And this is a great battle going down between Candice and Esperanza for first and second position. In their first heat of the week, heat number 3 for women's round 1, they were in that heat together, and Candice took out the win over Esperanza. So Candice first, Esperanza second. In the semifinals, they were split up in different semis, but Esperanza walked away with the lowest, the quickest heat total time underneath that 30-minute mark. Candice was just above 30 minutes.
Here we go. A little bump has been caught by Candice Appleby. She's caught a wave on lap 1. She's caught a wave on lap 2. And guess what? She's caught a wave on lap 3.
Sitting at 25 minutes, well, just about 26 minutes on the clock. Will we see her finish out this race underneath that 29-minute mark?
Another flawless performance by our leader. She's going to dip out on this wave right now.
Walks back up to that middle part of the board, really important.
Let's see if she can counter this side chop.
Oh, that was a tricky section.
Yeah, I could see that one coming. Was it going to break? Now it breaks after she goes over it. Esperanza right behind her on the starboard. Here she goes. She could catch this wave.
Now, if she gets into this wave, then this race is still underway for first place. But I would say if she doesn't get that good distance, Candice is now on the home
She's
stretch.
concentrated on the turn because she's right there at the buoy. So Esperanza now turning on the buoy at 26:35 on the time. And catching a wave out the back is our French lady, Melanie Lafayette. Now she's going to see the silver in front of her. She's currently in the bronze medals position. So we have a race within the race. We have another race within the race. Who qualifies for the Pan American Games? Right now, we can tell you, Candice Appleby is sitting in the driver's seat.
She'll be going to the Pan American Games, bar anything crazy that goes down in the next 2 minutes maybe before she actually crosses that finish line. But she is well on her way to winning another gold medal and to getting herself back into the Pan American Games.
Yeah, she was a competitor back in 2019, medaling there. Here we go. Second and third on screen right now. Esperanza from Spain in second. Melanie from France in third. And I would say about a 3-4 board lead difference right now between second and third. But Candice Appleby with a huge lead right now coming in for the women's SUP Tech lead. Looking for her third gold medal in this division. She's medaled gold in Sayulita, Mexico. She medaled gold in China. And now look at this. She's going way wide, coming around, and now sees the finish line in front of her.
You can see that smile on her face from here as well. She knows that she's got it. She's going to have Team USA there on the beach cheering her on.
Candice Appleby going for her third ISA gold just in this. She's also won ISA gold twice in the distance. And, of course, a team medal in 2015, gold for Team USA. But right now, Candice Appleby is a 3-time ISA world champion in the women's technical final. Team USA takes back-to-back golds in the women. Racing the U.S. flag across the line at 28:39.
The fastest time in the women's draw this week goes to Candice Appleby.
And there's our
co-announcer,
Dave Bainey, team sponsor, Team Infinity, giving her a hug on the beach.
And now the race for silver is underway for Esperanza of Spain, for Melanie for France. And Esperanza is on her way to a silver medal.
Esperanza will claim the silver at the ISA Worlds here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Melanie Lafayette from France will claim the bronze medal. They're exhausted. Look at that.
They have put every last ounce of energy into it, and they've come through still underneath that marker that Esperanza set yesterday.
Here we go. April Zig coming in for another medal. She is our gold medal sprint winner 2 days ago on day number 1 of competition. But unfortunately, she will not qualify for the Pan American Games. Thus, it'll be the U.S. representative of Candice Appleby. But medaling and team points more important right now for Team USA.
And for her to enter the games and in the 2 divisions so far, sprint and for technical racing, she's walking away with medals. Now going in for the finish for April Zilg. She's put in so much effort, so much momentum, and she crosses the line with the copper medal.
And the legend of our sport, Jen Combat, coming in 5th place, Costa Rica, Pura Vida.
And she will gain Pan American qualification as our second qualifier. So we've got 2 spots left open for the Americas, North, Central, and South America in that conversation.
All right, I can see Lina Ribeiro in this group. I can't make out. Here we go. Trying to make out the number here. This could be our Spaniard, yes. Our other Spaniard down here. This is Duna. She'll come in 6th place. There's Marie Carmen from Puerto Rico, coming in for 7th place. And Marie Carmen will qualify for the Pan American Games, coming in 7th place. And who is this?
Lena Ribeiro.
Lena Ribeiro will be our 4th qualifier from Brazil in 8th place to the Pan American Games. And how exciting is this? Marie Carmen Rivera from Puerto Rico, the local, not only making the final, but qualifying for Santiago in 2023 for the Pan American Games.
Incredible to be able to see her back on top for that event. She walked away with the bronze medal back at the 2019 Pan American Games and now flies the flag high again for Puerto Rico.
What an amazing finish, 31-38 counting in. Here we go, our young 16-year-old from Italy, Cecilia Hampanella, coming in 9th place in this final. She's going to be one to contend with in the future. A great showing, medaling the copper in the sprints, and here making the final back-to-back finals in just 3 days. Congratulations.
Incredible performance from the 16-year-old from Cecilia.
Candice coming over here talking to Marie Carmen, saying, hey, we're going to Santiago, Chile together. Yeah, we qualified, you and I. How exciting is this?
Team Puerto Rico with the cheer on the beach.
Marie Carmen.
The entire beach being able to hear the excitement from the local contingency.
Here we go, Lena Agaitis. Coming in for Team Canada, former champion in the distance, former sprint champion, gold medalist. Lena coming in here, coming off a couple of semi-retirements. She had a growing family.
Great to see Lena back in the conversation this week.
Here we go, a couple of more, our last 2. Stephanie and Laura out on the field right now, coming in. And the ladies just 4 or 5 minutes apart from first and last, just like we saw in the men. Just 3-4 minutes separating the men from.
And crushing their times from the previous few days of competition, from those previous heats yesterday.
Stephanie and Laura here. We'll try to make out which one they are as they come across the line here in the women's technical final in SUP. This is the race that's being proposed for the LA Games in 2028. And we should hear sometime in next year, early part of the year, maybe mid-year, whether not only technical racing for men and women, but also longboarding.
That's right. Stephanie Bowden from Panama crosses the line.
11th place, and 12th place will be going to Laura Del Ponte.
And the Italian, Laura Del Ponte, finishing off in 12th place. And what an incredible day, incredible conditions, beautiful weather, and beautiful camaraderie amongst so many different nations, and a great way to finish out the women's SUP technical race.
Well, congratulations to our gold medalist, Candice.